Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi friend, let me introduce myself. My name is Afifah Sholihah. You can call me Fifa. I'm from Syarif Hidayatullah State Islamic University in Jakarta. In this video, we're gonna learn about how to do math with things that only sometimes happen. We're gonna learn about probability. Usually in math, we deal with things that always happen the same way. They're completely certain. The example is 1 plus 1 is always 2, and 3 times 3 it's always 9. But in the real world, things aren't always so predictable. So that's why we learn about probability. Probability is how likely something is to happen. Many events can be predicted with total certainty. The best we can say is how likely they are to happen using the idea of probability. Take a tossing a coin for an example. When you're tossing a coin, it's unpredictable or random. Sometimes will be head and sometimes will be tail. When a coin is tossed, there are two possible outcomes. Number one is head and number two is tail. But even though we don't know what each the coin flip is going to be, we do know a few things about it. That the probability of an event like getting a head or tail is a value that tells us how likely that event is happen. When tossing a coin, there's only two sides to a coin. If we flip a coin, we should expect that about half the flips will be head and about half the flips will be tail. That means we say that the probability of the coin landing head is 1/2 and the probability of the coin landing tail is 1/2. Let's see an example of throwing dice. A standard die has a standard die has 6 sides, number 1 to 6. When you're throwing it any of those sides is just as likely to come up as the others. When a single die is thrown, there are 6 possible outcomes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. One way to think about it, it is that it's certain that one of those 6 sides will land facing upwards, which is probability of 1. But since only one side can face upwards for a given thrown, we need to divide the probability up evenly between 6 probabilities. So the probability of any one of them is 1/6. Okay, remember, the probability of flipping heads is 1/2 and the probability of flipping tails is 1/2. If you add up the probabilities for the coin flip, you get 2/2 or 1. And the probability of throwing a 1 is 1/2. This is 1. And the probabilities of throwing any other number on a die is 1/6. This is 2 until 6. The probabilities is 1/6. If you add up the probabilities for throwing a die, you get 6/6, which is also 1. And that's not just a coincidence. If you add up the probabilities of all possible outcomes of a trial, the total probabilities of any one of them, the total probabilities of any event happening is 1. Why? Because it's certain that at least one of those possible will happen. This method will work for figuring out the probability of an event happening. Just make a fraction, with the numerator as the number of ways it can happen and denominator as total number of outcomes. Okay, the formula of probability of an event happening is denominator as a number of ways it can happen and denominator is the total numbers of outcomes. Let's look an example. Suppose we have a bag of beets. There are 6 beets in a bag. 3 are red, 2 are yellow, and 1 is blue. If we pull up the beets at random, what is the probability of picking a yellow? The answer is the probability is the number of yellows in the bag divided by the total numbers of beets. Okay, the top number of our probability fraction or the numerator will be 2 because there's two yellow bits in a bag, and the bottom number of our denominator will be 6 because there's a total of bits in the bag. So the probability of pulling out a yellow bits in a bag is 2/6 or 1/3. Okay, this is the next example. There is a bag full of colored balls. Red, blue, green, and orange. Balls are picked out and replaced in 1,000 times and obtain the following result. 300 blue balls picked out, 200 red balls, and 450 green balls, and 50 orange balls. What is the probability of picking a green ball? The answer is, for every 1,000 balls picked out, 450 are green. Yeah, for every 1,000 balls picked out, 450 are green. So the top number of our probability fraction or numerator will be 450 because there's 450 green balls in the bag. And the bottom number or denominator will be 1,000 because there's a total balls picked out from a bag. So the probability of picking a green ball is 450 over 1,000 or 0.45. Okay, this is the end of the video. Thank you for watching. I hope you like it. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bye-bye.